Yo, what's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Tristan 1, and I am back with another video. We're about to get into what's been going on with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Basically, Kevin Love, a new position, center position. We talked about that briefly on my past couple of videos. J.R. Smith, first he said the right thing about being placed on the bench. He's no longer starting because Dwayne Wade is going to be filling his role in his position, and now he's frustrated because of the simple fact that he's on the bench. You know, it's easy to say it's no big deal, I can play from the bench, but when you actually start playing the games, and the season opener is Wednesday, and that's when the games do count, intensity goes up, and now your ego it goes up as well. You know, J.R. Smith feels like he is still a starter, okay? And Kevin Love, even though he accepted the role in the center position, he's going to have issues with it later on down the road. And I'm going to explain to you guys why he's going to have problems later on down the road, okay? Not to mention Tristan Thompson, even though he said, in a press conference he doesn't mind coming off the bench, he's going to try to compete for the six-man position. I'm pretty sure LeBron James or Tyronn, mostly LeBron James, because they're buddy, probably threw that little nugget in his head, saying, well, you know, since you're on the bench, you can try out to become six-man of the year, which I don't see Tristan Thompson being in no type of competition for six-man of the year, okay? I'm going to explain all this. But first, let's explain Kevin Love. Kevin Love basically informed everybody that it wasn't Tyronn that told him about his new position. It was LeBron James, all right? Now, a lot of people are insinuating, and they would be correct, that this is LeBron James' ideal. Now, LeBron James not going to say publicly, he talked to Tyronn and he said, yo, I feel like Kevin Love should play in the center position. To me, that's the best move, you know, as well as the other moves the Cleveland Cavaliers did. But to me, that is a top 5 move. That's a big boy move, okay? Because when you look at Kevin Love and you look at the style of play, really, to be truthfully honest with you, he's a power forward. He's a small forward trapped in a power forward's body, if you understand what I'm saying. Kevin Love really needs to be playing the 3. It's hard to put Kevin Love at the 3 because LeBron James is going to be playing the 3, okay? Me personally, I would put Kevin Love at the 3 and put LeBron James at the 4, okay? Because LeBron James, if you look at his resume of talent, he's still athletic, he still has power, he can still rebound, he can still take people down the box, down low, and he got a perimeter game, okay? You know, it's not as streaky as J.R. Smith, but I don't think it's better than what Kevin Love can offer you when he starts stretching defenders. But however, LeBron James playing the power forward position, a lot of people seem to forget that the Miami Heat, that basically what they made LeBron James play, the power forward position, and they also introduced him, you know, placing his back behind the basket, okay? Because the Miami Heat saw the future, and plus you have to utilize LeBron James' talents fully, not just halfway, Okay, there's a lot of things LeBron James can do for an NBA team. I feel like when he decided to go back to the Cleveland Cavaliers, he didn't have to worry about playing the power forward position. He wasn't too happy about that. He didn't want to play with the back, with his back in behind the basket. He didn't like that. He didn't want to do the post. Okay. And he didn't want to always try to get the rebounds and stuff. To me, Draymond Green does that well. And when you have a player like that, a player has to understand that you're going to be doing all the dirty work. You're not going to do the glamorous stuff, okay? And people may not appreciate you for all the little things that you do, because all these little things is why our team is so successful, okay? I feel like LeBron James should take that role on, okay? But anyway, Kevin Love is perfect at the center position, because you really can't put Kevin Love in the East. Kevin Love can dominate any power forward on the East, and he can stay in front of any small forward in the East. But the problem with Kevin Love is, once you advance past the East and go into the finals, and most likely you're going to match up with the Golden State Warriors, Kevin Love, who is Kevin Love guarding? Draymond Green. Draymond Green is too athletic for Kevin Love. Klay Thompson, the same. He can't keep up with Steph Curry, all right? And forget about it if you're thinking about putting him, if you think about Kevin Love guarding the Durantula. That's not going to happen as well. So the only position you feel safe as an organization and as a team is for him to play the center position, because chances are the two centers that they have for the Golden State Warriors, they really don't utilize them, okay? In other words, they don't throw the ball to their center. And 9 times out of 10, their center is trying to get the rebound, do set picks and things of that nature. The Golden State Warriors really don't utilize their center, okay? And by placing Kevin Love in the center position, he's freed up. He doesn't have to necessarily worry about guarding those other 4 spots. All he has to do is just stay in front of the center. He's not going to do too much, and he can stretch the defense, okay? Now that center is going to have to come out and guard Kevin Love, or you get someone from the Golden State Warriors to guard Kevin Love on the other end, okay? You have to pick your poison. 9 times out of 10, if everything is running on all cylinders, you're going to have to play small ball. You're going to have to take your center out and put somebody else in that can keep up with Kevin Love, okay? So to me, I felt like that was an ingenious move, okay? No matter if LeBron James came up with it, which I believe he did, or the Cleveland Cavaliers organization or Tyronn Lue, whoever, that was a good move, okay? But by doing that, okay, now Tristan Thompson, you just pretty much undercut Tristan Thompson, and he's going to have to come off the bench. Now, he said initially he's happy. He's going to try to compete for the six-man player of the year. He's not going to get that, because in order to be the sixth man of the year, you have to be multifaceted. You have to be multi-talented, okay? Let's look at what makes Tristan Thompson great. What makes Tristan Thompson great is he closes the lanes. Your slashers become jump shooters, okay? He's great at the block. He can block shots. He can rebound, okay? He's good on the defensive end. Not to mention, he has a decent touch on the offensive end. Let's not sit up here and say Tristan Thompson has no offensive skills. He does have offensive skills, but to consistently depend on it and to put him in the playbook, that's stretching it a little bit, okay? I feel like Tristan Thompson can easily get you 10 points, all right? But anything more than that, you're asking too much for him. And to me, for him to be a six-man player of the year, he's going to have to score more than 10 points, still do what he's doing, and he has to be an influence to his team when he's on the court. The team is very successful because of him coming on the court, and I don't see that happening. Okay, he's a good fill-in. He can still do what he always was known to do. It's just now he's coming off the bench. And to make matters even worse, Tristan Thompson is overpaid for his spot, even as a starter. So now you're putting an overpaid, overpriced athlete on the bench. He's got a youth on his side. As long as he accepts his role, we have to wait and see. But I don't think that's a bad decision, putting Tristan Thompson on the bench, because you had no really other choice unless you're going to put Kevin Love on the bench. All right, and you're paying Kevin Love even more money than Tristan Thompson, and Kevin Love can contribute on the offensive end where Tristan Thompson can't. Okay, now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, what about Tristan Thompson's defense? Okay, true. Tristan Thompson defense is important, but however, in this era of the NBA, you really don't need a defensive specialist as of right now. Right now, everybody wants to score points. Okay, and the only way you're going to score a lot of points if everybody's contributing to the scoreboard. Tristan Thompson can score, but he's not one of those type of players that can constantly day in, day out, night in, night out contribute to the scoreboard. All right, so let's just face facts. So by doing that, now Kevin Love, you put him at the 5. He's not going to be he's not a liability, okay, because now all he has to do is stay in front of their best 5 of the opposing team. Okay, not only Golden State, but every other team in the East and also in the West. Okay, you put Tristan Thompson on the bench, he comes off the bench and give you a spark, and he can still do what he was always known to do. Okay, so you're really not losing too much there. All right, now J.R. Smith, to me, J.R. Smith, I knew he wasn't going to be happy with his new role coming off the bench. Okay, because of 2 reasons. One, J.R. Smith feels like he's still a starter, and he also thinks that he's better than D Wade. He's younger than D Wade, but the things that D Wade can bring to the table, particularly in the starting lineup, are things that J.R. Smith can't. All right, his experience, his championship resume, he plays better defense, perimeter defense, than J.R. Smith. Okay, that's the reason why J.R. Smith has to come off the bench. And even though J.R. Smith is streaky on the offensive end, and you really can't depend on Dwayne Wade night in and night out, still, even if you split their starting time between the two, that's still very beneficial to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Dwayne Wade is not going to be able to start every game because he's older. Okay, so he's going to need rest. So the days you rest Dwayne Wade, or he gets a nagging injury, you can put J.R. Smith there. So initially, he's going to be upset, but as the season develops and pursues on, he's going to be quite happy because he's still getting what he wants. He's just not starting every game. Okay, he's just not happy right now because let's just face facts and face reality. The NBA preseason, Dwayne Wade looked like Dwayne Wade of old. Derrick Rose is doing his thing, and J.R. Smith is sitting on the bench going like, yo, whoa, wait a minute. People are going to forget about me if these two guys keep producing like this. But what J.R. Smith doesn't realize is Dwayne Wade is not going to be able to start every game. Okay? So, you got that. All right? The Cleveland Cavaliers did a trade where they got rid of salary. They got rid of Richard Jefferson. I forgot the other center's name. some cash, and it's basically, it was a salary dump to clear salary cap room. Okay, you know, that could be very beneficial to them if they want to add someone else to the roster. Okay, now Derrick Rose, he looks good. All right, even though it's preseason, Derrick Rose looked like Derrick Rose of old, because see, now the Cleveland Cavaliers are not trying to fit Derrick Rose into their style of play. They're just pretty much telling Derrick Rose, you know, just do what you did in Chicago, in Chi-Town, not with the New York Knicks, but in Chi-Town, just freelance. And that's what he's been doing, and he looks good. But we have to be cautious and be careful that this is the preseason, and we're going to have to wait and see, can he continue to perform like this when the season goes on. All right, now, all of these decisions, no matter if they came from LeBron James, Tyronn Lue, whoever, all right, all of these decisions are going to be very beneficial for the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm going to be on the record and say this, okay? And when you replay this video, I'm going to be on the record of saying that even with all of these moves and all of these decisions, okay, you know, putting Tristan Thompson on the bench, J.R. Smith on the bench, adding Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, LeBron James. That means LeBron James is going to get plenty of sleep. Now they're deep in every position. They got people to sub in and sub out in the point guard, the two guard, the small forward, the power forward, as well as the center. You got all that. Your bench is a little bit better than it was last year. Still, I feel like with basketball, a lot of people don't realize that when you just add two new players, the chemistry and the time playing with the team, sometimes it's off a little bit, and it takes a while for it to develop. Okay, just adding two players, all right? Basically what the Cleveland Cavaliers did was replace a team with another team. Okay, they got rid of Kyrie Irving, even though Kyrie Irving demanded to leave. Still, at the end of the day, he's gone. All right. Tristan Thompson is going to be on the bench. J.R. Smith is going to be on the bench. You added Dwayne Wade. You added Derrick Rose. You also added Green. You added some other component parts to your roster. This roster looks different than last year. You got rid of Richard Jefferson. Richard Jefferson was a little old, okay? And do not be surprised if he comes back to the Cleveland Cavaliers, okay? The Hawks are going to buy Richard Jefferson out. They really don't want Richard Jefferson. They just want his salary. And Richard Jefferson is either going to retire or try to make one more go at it with the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. With all of these things and the moves they made, and I like the moves that they made, but a new GM, new coach strategy on offense, new players. You got rid of Kyrie Irving. To me, that's just way too much to overcome in one NBA season. Okay, and that's why I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers are not going to be in the NBA Finals. All right, because of all of these decisions. And even if they do make it to the NBA Finals, they're going to still lose to the Golden State Warriors, because at the end of the day, even with all of these decisions, it's just too much for everybody to work with one another. And it's to me, if it really doesn't matter who's on the roster with that much turnover. It just takes a while for everything to develop. And to me, I feel like the Cleveland Cavaliers, you know, I'll take it a step further. I feel like there's going to be a lot of competition in the East that's going to give the Cleveland Cavaliers a run for their money. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a cakewalk for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And at the end of the day, I still don't think that's enough to beat the Golden State Warriors. All right? But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Please, notification gang in the building. Hit that notification icon, that notification bell, so it'll let you know when my next video or live stream is going down. It's your boy. I'm Tristan Thompson, and I am out.